Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Cory, the real estate guy, and I want to talk to you a little bit about buyer's market and seller's market and what that means for the person that's buying, the person that's selling. It's important that you know when you are in the market for a home or you're in the market to sell your property because you may think you may get a good return on your investment. Here's what you need to know. It all depends on the inventory in a given area or neighborhood or city or zip code. It depends on the inventory, and that's what separates a seller versus a buyer's market. For sellers, what's important and key to know is if your market, if your neighborhood has a limited amount of homes being sold, okay, but there is a high demand to stay in that area, you're typically in a seller's market. Meaning sellers that are selling their houses at that current time are probably getting top dollar for their home because there's such a demand for it, but there's such a shortage of homes on the market. Vice versa for the buyer, okay? At that point, the buyer is typically going to be paying a little bit more for their house if they really and truly want to stay in their neighborhood because there's such a small amount of inventory available, which means the seller has the ability to pick and choose the best offer for his home, which in turn gives them the better return on their investment that they invested in when they purchased the house. Now, a buyer's market. For a buyer's market, it's also opposite. A buyer's market means anywhere in a given area or place that you're looking for a home has a surplus of homes. And there is an abundance, for lack of better words. So buyers can go and find the house that they're looking for because there's so many homes on the market. Typically, in this situation, houses sit longer on the market for sellers because buyers can go any and everywhere to get a home. And so that is the difference between a seller's and a buyer's market. It depends on the amount of inventory in a given area. One example is, or one thing to know is, the city itself could be, generally speaking, in a buyer's market or in a seller's market. But in certain pockets of the city, zip codes, neighborhoods, subdivisions, it could be the exact opposite. If the city's in a seller's market, that means the city as a whole has less inventory for the demand of people. But in a given neighborhood, there may be a buyer's market because this neighborhood in particular has so many houses on the market. So just want to educate you guys on that. Make sure the agent that you're working with knows exactly what you're looking for, can tell you that so they can make sure that you're paying the right amount for your home. It's Cory, the real estate guy, talking about the seller's market and the buyer's market.